this world. No matter where a person is, whether a person is in the best of places of the world or a person is in the worst of places, whether a person is in the richest of countries or a person is in the poorest of countries. The reality of this world is that crime takes place. And one very heinous crime, one very terrible crime that takes place is that of murder. Now each country, each state, each kingdom, they have to make this decision that how are they going to either control or curb or stop this crime. That how will they deal with it? One is that for it not to be done, what steps can the country take? What steps can the state take for this crime not to be done? And number two, once it is done, because that's the reality, it does happen, then what to do? How do you approach this? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we said, that our sharia is a complete sharia. So where we have laws for how to pray our salah, where we have laws for how to fast, where you have laws for how to make a marriage and how to break a marriage, and what happens when a person passes away, where we have all of these laws and ahkam, we also have in our sharia a penal law, a code of when a person commits a penalty, a crime, how should the state go about and address that. So this ayah is addressing this one issue, and this also there is a sabab al-nuzul, a cause of revelation, that at the time of Rasulullah when Rasulullah came to Medina Munawwara, before Deen Islam had come to these people, it was a very common habit that if one tribe was to kill a person from another tribe, now that tribe which had more power, that tribe which had more numbers, that tribe which was more powerful, they would have this unjust rule that if someone from your clan is to kill someone from our clan, for example, then we will kill two people of yours. Or for example, if a slave from amongst you was to kill a free man from amongst us, we will also kill another free man. Now that can be a lottery, that can be anyone's name can come out, because that person obviously didn't kill. Or if a lady is to kill a man from our tribe, then we will go kill another man. We will forget the murderer. They won't care about them. So we're going to take someone else. So this was the unjust system that was in vogue. That in light of that, these ayat were revealed. So what is Islam's system? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers. Now over here, O believers in the Quran Kareem, the address is not directly towards us as far as implementation of the law. As far as implementation of the law, the very first condition is a person needs to be in an Islamic run state where the Sharia is upheld, where there is Muslim majority. And so not in a country where there is no majority. In each country a person stays, they have to follow the laws of that land when it comes to crime and punishment. So even after that, that's the first. This obviously refers only to those lands in which the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ahkam or the penal law of Islam is applied. And even from amongst them, it isn't to the layman that each person just says, oh, I think so and so commit murder, so let's take care of this person, let's do whatever we can get together and do it. No, there's obviously a system. That's why Mufassirun mentioned that though seems to be a generality in this ayah, that Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers, this is speaking, one is that yes, the believers need to have aqeedah of it, the believers need to understand it, believers need to believe in it, but who will carry out this punishment? Who will judge that yes, really that so and so is the murderer? Yes, this person has committed the crime. Who will carry out the law of justice? That will obviously be from the side of the state, from the side of the ruler, from the side of the judges that have been appointed. So Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumul qisasu fil qatla. The word qisas literally means for something to be equal, and that exactly is the law. That kutiba alaykumul qisasu, that when a murder is done, and there's obviously conditions. There are entire chapters written in our books of fiqh which are also taught today. Why? So that we still understand the justice system of our deen. Kutiba alaykumul qisasu fil qatla. So that person that commits a murder with a weapon, a person who commits a murder with a weapon that kills, then in that situation there is qisas. Qisas means that just as such and such person has committed the murder, then the heirs of the murdered, they have the right of asking for that person also to be killed. This is called qisas. The word qisas literally means equality. So how does equality play out in the ahkam, in the commands of murder? That if someone has committed a murder with a weapon, then the one that has been murdered, now obviously he is dead, so his family members, his heirs, they have this right now to ask and to demand from the court that that the blood of our kin, of our relatives, shall be taken for. So كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الْقِصَاصُ فِي الْقَتْلَى, that this has been prescribed upon you. Now that is the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now addressing that evil system, the unjust system that was in vogue, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the Quran Kareem here 178 says, Al-hurru bil-hurr, that a free man for a free man. That if someone has been killed and he is free, and if the one that is the murderer, if they are free, then they will be that person qisas will be taken from them. Wal-abdu bil-abdi, wal-untha abdu bil-abd, a slave for a slave, untha bil-untha, a female for a female. So it's not that if someone from your clan has killed a female, then we will purposely go kill another man. That is unjust. So the ayah doesn't mean that whenever a lady is killed, then another lady has to be killed. Meaning, in other words, whoever the murderer is, qisas will be taken from them. There will be no injustice. فَمَنْ عُفِيَ لَهُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ شَيْءٍ. Yes, if anyone has been pardoned, meaning the awliya, meaning the kin of the murdered, they have this choice that they can pardon. They don't have to demand their right of qisas. So فَمَنْ عُفِيَ لَهُ, whoever has been pardoned, meaning for example that murderer, he has been pardoned from the side of the relatives. فَمَنْ عُفِيَ لَهُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ شَيْءٌ. Now if they have been pardoned, then there is two types of pardon. One pardon is that the relatives say that we forget, done, that's it, we're not going to take anything. And that's obviously the highest level a person can show mercy, the relatives can show mercy. The other level is they will say that, okay, we will not take qisas from you, that we will not ask for your life also be taken as you have unjustly taken someone else's life, but rather we'll ask for blood money. So further, the ayah is saying, referring to that scenario, that if those awliya, those relatives, they ask for blood money, then what should happen? فَاتِّبَاعٌ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. That now when you are demanding, you've set aside your haqq, your right of qisas, and you said that you will take blood money. So now even in this, although you had that right, the way you demand for it, that has to be in bil-ma'ruf, in the correct manner, in the proper manner. فَاتِّبَاعٌ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, a person has to ask in the correct manner. That there's also limits of that also. فَاتِّبَاعٌ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَأَدَاءٌ, that's as far as the family members are concerned. وَأَدَاءٌ إِلَيْهِ بِإِحْسَانٍ, and the one that has committed the murder, then he should also fulfill it bi-ihsanin, within the proper manner. So now they have done a favor upon the murderer, and they say that we will not take qisas from you, and we'll just take the blood money. Now what you ought to do is that whatever amount has been agreed upon through sulh, by mutual agreement, then you should pay that correctly without making it difficult upon the other side. وَأَدَاءٌ إِلَيْهِ بِإِحْسَانٍ. Now at the end of this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that this ability of setting aside the qisas, not taking it, and being given this choice, ذَلِكَ تَخْفِيفٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَرَحْمَةٌ, that this is a concession from the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَرَحْمَةٌ, and from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not stipulate that necessarily the one that has murdered, his life will have to be taken without any choice. فَمَنِ اعْتَدَى بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ, whoever transgresses after that, yani whoever goes over and above the limit. Meaning, for example, if it refers to the family members, if you have agreed upon, for example, $100,000, then for you to ask 110, that is incorrect. Or if you have said that, okay, we set aside, we will not take the qisas and we'll only take we'll take the money. Now for you to come back and say no, we reverse our decision, that's also incorrect. That they can go ahead and reverse that. فَمَنِ اعْتَدَى بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ فَلَهُ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. As far as a murder is concerned, then he should also pay it in the correct manner. So whoever transgresses after that, فَلَهُ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. So even if it comes to those people that have been shown injustice, even from their side when they are demanding, there's still ihsan in it. This is the adl, this is the justice system of deen. Now at the end of this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the next verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran Kareem shows the thinking behind this. What is the psychology behind this, or what's the depth behind this hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that a person can say that why do you have such a harsh penalty that someone has committed murder? So the very first answer is that our sharia itself has answered that. What is it called? Qisas. Qisas, the word itself, it means what? Equality. So there's no harshness when there's equality. And every other thing a person and people demand equality, equality, equality. Now when it comes to this, no more equality. So that's why the deen has kept this word. Qisas. Qisas means equality. وَلَكُمْ فِي الْقِصَاصِ حَيَاةٌ. The Quran Kareem says that for you in this command of qisas, in this stipulation of qisas, haya is life. So a person will say, how is there life? You're taking away, there was one person killed, and now you killed the second person. Where's the life? So وَلَكُمْ فِي الْقِصَاصِ حَيَاةٌ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ, O people of intelligence. If you have intelligence, then you'll see the haya. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you may stay away from it. Yani there is a level of prevention. That's why in the beginning, when we were discussing the unfortunate state of human behavior, is that whether a person is a believer, non-believer, a person is rich, poor, these things occur all the time. That the murder does occur. Now the question is that how can a state, number one, curb this? How can you, which laws can you put to prevent it? And what do you do once it does happen? The hukum of the Sharia is very, very clear, that the hukum is such that it will prevent it as well as it will take care of it once it's done. How does it prevent it? That when a person walks with this intention that I want to go murder another person, now if the law is towards his own side, if the law is there more to protect him as a criminal, versus the law being strict and very harsh, that if a person commits a murder, then their life will also be taken. I can guarantee, and statistics also show this, that those places where the criminal laws are more strict, then there are much lesser murders. In 1994, in the Republic of South Africa, they abolished, before that they abolished the racism that had happened there. In 1994, they abolished the death penalty. In the US, it's still there. The federal level is there. The state can abolish it, but the federal level, it is there. So in South Africa, in 1994, they abolished the death penalty. And for example, Saudi Arabia has the death penalty. In 2015, the statistics, per every 100,000 people, the amount of people that were killed in South Africa were about 34. And whereas in Saudi Arabia, there was 1.5, they calculated that. 34 times more. More than 15,000 people were, this was homicide only. Because of homicide, more than 15,000 people were killed. So this is why, because number one, they've abolished the death penalty, and if anyone studies their law, that there are more criminal protection laws than for those people that have been wronged. So this is, now obviously when a person is making, or those people that get together and when they're making their constitution and legislation, I'm sure that they also want to do the best. We don't doubt anyone's intention. I'm sure they also want to do the best. They thought that might be the right thing, that we have a softer approach. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Khaliq. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the psyche of humans better than any other psychologist. So that's why you see this great hikmah and great wisdom in this, that in this one example, that those people that will commit murder, what's the crime for them, what's the punishment for them, that the exact same thing will be taken from them. The ayah itself is saying لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you stay away from it. Tattaqun, literally the word, the linguistic meaning is intended over here. Usually when we say tattaqun, then taqwa as in the spiritual, that comes to our mind. But over here, many mufassirun, and that seems to be the correct tafsir also, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, taqwa literally means to stay away from something, prevention of something. So that's the taqwa over here, that person who knows that this is what will happen to me if I commit the murder, that my life will also be taken. And what's the point of that I took someone else's? Then the person will automatically stay away from such a crime. So this is the hikmah in the Sharia. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the true understanding of it.